This video is brought to you by Cool Green Clothing. Cool Green Clothing is a Baltimore-based clothing line that started back in 2018 and has been growing strong ever since. Make sure you follow Cool Green Clothing on Facebook and IG at Cool Green Clothing, and check out their website, coolgreenclothing.com, where you can find the latest cool green fashions and hats, women's apparel, and the latest men's collection. Remember, if you ain't coolin' and getting the green, you're in the way.
What's up, kings and queens? It's your girl, Charlotte Moore. As always, we give thanks for another day, you dig? So as the CEO and founder of Motivational More, we take pride in working with incredible creative entrepreneurs. And today, we are shooting a campaign for Cool Green Clothing, founded by the one and only AC Green. So the vibrational energy of this line is all about street vibes, a growth mindset, hustle. So today, we are highlighting this, guys, the Baltimore Cool Green Snapback. How cute is this? Look at this. So we're going to have so much fun on the shoot. And I'm telling you, follow Cool Green Clothing. It's so important for us to support our entrepreneurs. There's so much talent in Baltimore. And as a creative entrepreneur myself, I know how hard it is. And I love to see just people going out there and going for their dreams. So let's get it.
What is going on, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony 2Times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to smash that like button. Definitely share it with your peoples and watch the video to the end. Let's get right into it. With technology, nowadays, if it's not the perfect crime, it's hard to get away with something. With surveillance cameras everywhere, people with cell phones, and DNA evidence, if you are not masked up with gloves on, more than likely on a hit or robbery, you will get jammed up. Whether it's the stress of everyday life or feeling broke and needing a couple dollars, some people choose to go hard and resort to hitting licks, and with some cases end up fatal. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be discussing, at the time, 22-year-old Kevin Simpson and his alleged decision to go on a 4-day robbing spree that would leave 3 people gone. According to sources, it all started when Kevin decided to run down on 2 men on Mount Street. For whatever reason, during the situation and robbery of a 15-year-old and 27-year-old, shots were fired, hitting both victims, unfortunately leaving the 15-year-old gone, but the other man survived. Then allegedly, Kevin hopped into a white Ford Fusion the 2 victims were driving in and pulled off. By the next day, BPD had a bolo out for the whip when allegedly officers spotted the car in East Baltimore and a man with a mask on driving it. They hit the lights and started a chase when the driver started trying to get out the jam, but would eventually drive through a red light, hitting a van with a family in it, and unfortunately leaving a 12-year-old girl gone from the accident. The driver then took off on foot and fled the scene. But that wasn't it. Allegedly before all this, a few days before, Kevin had tried to rob another man behind a Citgo gas station in the 2300 block of Frederick Avenue. For whatever reason, shots were also fired in that situation, striking a 27-year-old man in the back of the head, leaving him gone at the scene. A cell phone from the lit gone wrong with the 15-year-old was tracked back to a friend of Kevin's by BPD, in which Kevin's friend alleged he had sold the phone to him after the lick, and he recognized Kevin from the surveillance video of the hit at the gas station. The friend also alleged when they spoke to Kevin on the phone about the hit and run on a young girl and she was gone, he stated that it was an accident and he didn't mean to. But BPD was already on the chase for Kevin, linking the 2 robberies gone wrong, linking then 22-year-old Kevin to both of them at the time, since police felt like they was done in the same way, shots in the back of the head. A 9-day manhunt started for Kevin before he was eventually jammed up, charged with the 2 hits, manslaughter from the hit and run, and the attempt on a victim that survived. As the trial started, it was postponed for 2 years, all while the victim's family spoke out against Kevin, and BPD and prosecutors painted the crime spree as a rampage. After 2 years, Kevin decided to enter a plea deal, not claiming guilt and stating he doesn't agree, but his mother felt like that was the best thing for him to do. He never said anything to the robbery victims' families, but he did address the family of the young girl, stating he doesn't live with any regrets, but he is sorry and regrets the accident. It was a mistake, he said. Prosecutors pulled up Kevin's previous convictions for drug charges and taking whips. Kevin was then sentenced to life in prison for the charges. It was all over. More of this story, don't crash out for a few dollars and cell phones. With surveillance all around, if you don't cover your steps, you definitely will be jammed up. And if you choose to live a lit lifestyle, which I don't condone it, but get the money and go. It's no need to take a life for a few dollars. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, rest in peace to the young lady that lost her life, you feel me? First and foremost, like, that was a tragic situation, you know what I mean? Like, bro was trying to get away from 12, then he ran a light, then he hit somebody. And they go to show you, like, when you do certain things, you feel me, which the crimes, he ain't really getting nothing from what I'm hearing. He got a couple dollars, some cell phones. He did get the whip, which he stayed in the whip the next day. So I don't know if bro was just trying to go to jail. I don't know what he was doing. But then when the police got on his heels, he ran the light, he hit the car, you feel me, leaving the young lady gone, you know what I mean? She was 12 years old, you know what I mean? That's the sad situation. And the little dude was 15, you feel me? So I don't know why he decided to hit the victims. Maybe he felt like he had to. I would say maybe he ain't have no mask on, but they saying when they caught him the next day in the car, he had a mask on. So I don't know if he ain't have a mask on at the time, but at the end of the day, man, it's tragic for all parties involved, you feel me? And it's only like, it's really petty. It's a couple dollars, you know what I mean? He ain't get much. I'm sure he ain't get much. You know, you trying to rob people at gas stations and stuff like that. These everyday working class people, they ain't got that kind of money on them, you feel me? And for the victims, man, you know what I mean, to the families, I definitely send my prayers and condolences, you feel me? Because that's a tough pill to swallow, you feel me? A 15-year-old and a 12-year-old that ain't have nothing really to do with nothing. And for you to go out like that, you feel me, that's messed up. And I don't know what bro was on. I don't know what he was thinking about. I don't know if he had some things going on mentally, you know, but they tried to paint it as he just went on a rampage. He just, I don't know, just gave up on life and just started going crazy. But I don't think that's the case. I think when people get in these situations, they can't sit back and think it's gonna go this way. But when it started happening, you feel me, it's like it's too late. They in the moment, you know what I mean? They just thinking about surviving, thinking about not going to prison. But it turned out for the worse, and bro got life, you feel me? And he ain't even like talk to the other people's families, you feel me, the robbery victims' families, but at least he did apologize to the young lady family, cause that was sad, you feel me? But it be like that, man. But yeah, y'all already know, man, this is another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Y'all know what to do. If you're feeling the content, be sure to hit that like button, man. Be sure to share with your people. I appreciate it if you made it to the end. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.